Xnel here, and let's talk about how to build a proper team. By now, you've probably heard that the best DPS is Samir, best shield breaker is King, and best support is Nemesis. But not everybody has access to those, and just because you don't have any of those characters doesn't mean that your team is gonna be bad. It's all about understanding game mechanics and what each character has to offer. First thing you have to understand is the weapon resonance effect. When you equip two characters of the same type, you get some passive bonuses. So if you equip two shield breakers, you get increased damage reduction by 25% and shatter by 60% and aggro by 800%. The weapon resonance effect does give good passive bonuses, but it is not the most important thing when trying to build a team. So don't build a team just to satisfy the conditions of the weapon resonance effect. In team play, sure, you can go double healer, double DPS, double shield breaker. You're good. That's fine in team play. But for most of the hard solo content, you're gonna have to build a team that satisfies the following conditions first and just treat this weapon resonance as a bonus. So what am I talking about? What you will actually need is one high shatter weapon, one high charge weapon, and one healer or sub DPS. You see, in this game, you want to break shields as fast as possible because when the enemies don't have any more shields, they flinch and they take more damage. The higher the shatter a character has, the more effective they are at breaking shields. The higher the charge a character has, the faster they are at charging the discharge skills of your characters. This is the sort of burst skill or switch skill. So satisfying these two conditions first is very important. The final piece is a healer if your high charge character is not a healer. Because you will notice healers in this game actually have high charge stat. Coco has 12.5, Zero has 13, and Pepper has 10, Nemesis has 8. Well, actually, Nemesis does have kind of a low charge. So if your high charge character is already a healer, then for the third slot, you can choose any sub DPS you like. You can make that choice based on the element, maybe cover an element that isn't covered by your two other characters, or you can make your choice based on the weapon resonance. Maybe you want the DPS resonance, then pick a third sub DPS that has the DPS type. Let's go through a couple of examples. If your high charge character is going to be Coco Ritter, and then you pick a shatter character. Let's say you have Meryl, who has high shatter. So now you have high charge, high shatter, and you also already have a healer. So you might want to go for maybe another shield breaker character, so you get the shield breaker resonance. And you also have the fire element to cover your bases. Let's do another example. Let's say your high charge character is Samir, and then you pick a high shatter character, let's say King. So now you need a healer. Of course, the best one here is going to be Nemesis. Not only is she a healer, she also provides the Vault Resonance. Not every character has Vault Resonance. We're gonna talk about that after this bit. But not everybody has Nemesis, so you can go for Coco, Zero, or even Pepper. Zero doesn't actually heal when he doesn't have at least 1 star. He only provides shields. That's something to take note of. If you don't have any other healer, you will have to use Pepper. Pepper is one of the only few SR characters who remains viable throughout the game. Right until you get an SSR healer, of course. So that's the basics of how you build a team. But what about this other icon here? There's an ice element. Does having 2 characters of the same element give any elemental resonance effect? Unfortunately, no. There are only very specific characters who give elemental resonance. As I mentioned before, Nemesis actually has this passive effect. It's called Vault Resonance right here. So if you put Nemesis in a team with any other Vault character, then you will deal more Vault damage. In the upcoming limited banners, there will be Cobalt B, who will provide the Flame Resonance, and Claudia, who will provide the Physical Resonance. This is actually a change in Global because in the CN version, they did not have the Resonance effect. So even Cobalt B did not have it in the CN version. Because in the CN version, the Resonance effects were reserved for more later characters. So in Global, we are gonna have earlier Resonance effects. However, this isn't 100% confirmed yet. We'll have to wait and see until the actual banner comes out. So what does this mean? This means that starting today, after watching this video, you gotta think about what element you want to main. And then once you know that, you gotta decide which future banner character that you want to save up for and pull for. So if you want to main Vault, you gotta get Nemesis, although it's probably gonna be hard to do because you have a limited time to save up for the red nucleus. If you want to main Fire, you gotta save up and pull for Cobalt B. If you want to main Physical, you gotta get Claudia. And for Ice, it's probably going to be Saki Fuwa. So there you have it. You now know how to build a proper team of your own using the characters that you have, and you have a long-term vision of what element you want to main and save up and pull for that resonance character. So I hope you found this video valuable, and if you did, make sure you follow and subscribe. That really helps out a lot. You can also join our Discord. That's discord.gg/xfam for a community of Tower of Fantasy lovers. You can talk about the game in there, ask questions, people will answer you. I also live stream Tower of Fantasy on fb.gg/xnlph. You can drop by and hang out with me there. I'll see you around.